Welcome to final the final podcast of Kingdom One Piece and Kingdom Hearts 2. The last time we found out the true name of Hollow Bash, and it's called Radiant Garden. Now the question is, will will they ever find a way to get to Organization 13 Stronghold? Will Sora ever reunite with Kyrie again? And will Luffy ever find the One Piece? We'll find out. We won't find out Luffy find the One Piece anytime soon, but anyway, hey, my name is Narasaka Finn in Kentucky,
I'm Benitez Diaz.
and welcome to another tale. Where last time Sora, and the others found out the true name of Hallbash, Radiant Guard, and Robin said, "Radiant Guard, that name sounds beautiful." And Chen and and Luffy said, "I don't know. That sounds kind of lame." And Nami said, "Shut up! No one asked you." And Sanji said, "It's a name for dedicated to all the lovely ladies." And then he said, "Oh, Aerith, marry me." he flirts with Aerith, and she said, "Sorry, my heart belongs to someone else." And he said, "No." And Sora feels, I feel, and Sora says, "I feel a disturbance. We must go
You
to."
may or may not be dead if we don't know what happened to Zack.
Yep. And Sora feels a great disturbance, and he decides to go back to the Great Maw or the Dark Depths. And
It's
Luffy asks,
one
"What?"
of those two.
Yeah. And Luffy asks, "What are you, Sora? Where are you going?" "I have this feeling we gotta go to the Dark Depths." And Usopp asks, "Huh? Why?" "I don't know. Let's go."
Someone's
And
there.
Sora and Luffy, "All right then, let's go." And they wasted no time. There's the Sora, Donald, Goofy, and the Straw Hats run through the through the postern, and then the other way they see 13 mushrooms dance.
Oh, not yet. You never did those in the other worlds.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then they finally meet him, Sephiroth, and then he notices and he asks, "What is Cloud doing?" "Beats me." "Hmm. By the way, you people, who are you?" And he draws out his sword and made sword jump, and Usopp and Chopper holding on to each other, and
That's a really long sword.
and "I'm not sure we should tell you," says Goofy. That's an interesting sword you're carrying." "It's the
And
Keyblade,"
your
says.
green haired friend's swords, I can sense power coming from theirs.
"It's the Keyblade." "I see. So that's a Keyblade. And I suppose you must be its chosen wielder." "So what if I am?" "I
What if we'll
wonder."
have a change of heart after I beat you?
Then Source, "Let's bring it up." And Zoro said, "I'll fight too." Because imagine that fight.
Yeah,
Sora,
I feel like this should just be a Zoro Sora fight.
yeah. "Show me your strength." That's enough. and, he blocks his attacks. And, and it's, and it's, of course, it's like the regular battle. And he was constantly attack, waving his long sword. Sora and Zoro are blocking it, and I can see Sephiroth commanding Zoro on his swordsman skills. "I see you're aiming to be a great swordsman." The, he's aiming to be the best swordsman, says Sora, and
Three
he
swords is an interesting style. but nothing I can't handle.
Yeah.
Sephiroth can pretty much keep up with one sword compared to Zoro's 3 swords.
Yeah, he does.
Because of course he can.
Yep. I think Zoro. I think if he fought Sephiroth, it would be an even battle.
Yeah, I still think Sephiroth can just barely eke him out, maybe.
Yeah.
Since we're forgetting his Sin Harvest and Supernova.
Yeah. Then he flies up the air and calls out Descent Heartless Angel. And Sora notices a dark halo. And
You do realize you can't stop that move, right?
yes, Zoro noticed it and saved Sora before he could do that.
Clever. Not many can stop that attack.
He said, thanks, Zoro. No problem, Sora. Of course, Zoro, besides Luffy, Zoro respects Sora the most.
Yeah. You see Zoro like hockeying up his swords and doing his dragon purgatory.
Yeah, and Sephiroth summons his meteors to hit them, but Sora uses aerial dodge and reflect. And to think, all these attacks mean nothing to Sephiroth. Yeah. And after that,
since if you notice, he doesn't even look like he's even winded after the fight.
Yeah, they said after they beat him, said, "How'd you like that?" I admit you're
but only Cloud can defeat me.
Tell Cloud to come here. Tell him Sephiroth.
Really? That's such a jip.
Who said that? Zoro?
I can say Zoro saying that.
Yeah. Hey, and Usopp said, at least you're alive.
Do me a favor. Go fetch Cloud for me.
Yes. And Chopper checked on Sword to see if he's okay. Chopper, I'm fine. And Zoro said, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna train. And Chopper said, no, you're not. You're gonna rest. Because
Zoro doesn't really know the meaning of rest.
No. They go to the marketplace and find Cloud, who is eating.
He's brooding again.
Yeah. So, have you seen Sephiroth? He's in dark depths. I see. So
seen him. I just fought him.
Yeah, really? And I'm impressed that you guys are still alive. But again, you are the Keyblade chosen one.
What was that?
I'm just complimenting you guys. Not many men would face off Sephiroth and survive.
I'm living. Very few outside me have beaten him. I mean, Zack couldn't even beat him.
Who's Zack? Asks Luffy. He's just a friend. Is he dead?
Don't know.
Because we really don't know what happened to Cage, Zack.
Yeah, after Birth by Sleep, we don't know.
Yeah,
he looks like a teenager in that game.
Yeah, and I bet the Radiant Guardian Committee were teenagers in that game too.
Yeah, that would fall in line with when Maleficent took over Radiant Garden with Xehanort, probably.
Yeah. And then they finally meet Cloud. And said, did you give Cloud my message? Maybe. Sorry to keep you, Sephiroth. Cloud. You'll never let go of your darkness. Shut up. You'll never let go of your past. Shut up! Man, those two are great together. Burton and
No, Burton and Newburn.
Yeah. And they all I can see Chopper putting on a cheerleader outfit and cheering Cloud up with the C logo or with the cloud face or something. Hey man, stop. And Nami too.
Jeez, Nami too.
Yeah, and but Luffy he does a double thing. Luffy, what are you staring? Nothing. And then after that, their swords are locked together, and Sephiroth said, "Absurd. Defeating me is meaningless. You know that more than anyone, Cloud. No matter how times I fall, your darkness keeps calling me back." Wrong, said they heard a voice. Tifa, stay back. How can I? And when Sanji noticed, oh, Tifa, you're here. Sanji's now not the time. You can't. He'll never let go of the darkness. He doesn't have to. He just needs someone to surround him with. He moves his sword towards Tifa and jumps. Then she said, "The darkness will be there, Sephiroth. But he's in a place you can't reach." Is that right? Let's see what that light of yours. And then she said. Then she said. Then she said to Cloud, "You can have my light." And then and Sephiroth tries to attack Tifa, but Cloud protects her, and then they see another flash, and Cloud and Sephiroth jump in midair, and they attack each other. And a flash of light comes, and they disappeared. It's like, and Luffy, where did he go? And then Goofy asked, "Do you think they made it back to their own world?" And Sora said, "They went somewhere else. Cloud went to fight a great battle to defeat the darkness inside of him." And Robin says, "We all have darkness inside of us, except for the Princess of Hearts. Maybe it's time we fight our own darknesses, just like I did, and just like I did at Water 7." Then Tifa said he's gone again. And Sora asked, "What do you do?" "I guess I'll keep looking." "Got any lead?" "Don't worry. Light is even fine. I gotta go. Here, take. Thanks for helping me." Where did we? Then she disappeared. And Sanji was all depressed. Like, "Oh, I didn't even offer to cook for her." And Zoro said, "Come on, let's. Should we go to the world? Should we go to Twilight Town next, or just explore it before we do?"
We need to do the silhouettes first.
Yeah.
So they gotta go to Agrabah, Beast Castle, Olympus.
Yeah. We'll do. First, they go to. The first one I ever did was Large Scene at Port Royal.
That's where she is. I had to think a second.
I think that would be great for Luffy there.
Yes, and she can't really hurt him.
Yeah. Luffy and what other? It has to be one more Straw Hat.
Frankie?
Sure.
I don't think the electricity is going to really hurt his cyborg parts, would it?
Yeah.
Or Brooke.
I know how we could get there though. And Robin says, "I remember those silhouettes we found at the Coliseum. What about him, Robin? I have a feeling that they're
The
I
other
know
members of the organization.
that were that that were probably destroyed. How do you know that? It's just a hunch."
Then Sanji, Frankie, and Brooke are like, oh my no. Since they know about the Oblivion stuff.
Yeah. Sanji, what do you know?
Nothing, Nami, I swear.
Let it go, Nami. We'll figure it out on our own. It's Yeah, it's best to feel. Besides, I would have kicked more ass, says Luffy. And they visit the first silhouette at Port Royal. What's the then he pushed the button and then
Or just
then
touched it.
he just touched it and then something happened. A beam of light sucks Sora, Donald, Goofy, and two Straw Hats. And then Nami said, Luffy! Frankie! Sora! Donald, Goofy, where are you? And Robin, it's
Because we
okay.
can't get them back till the fight's over.
And Sora's like, ugh, where are we? Sora, look. it's Larxene. Long time no see. And she kisses her knuckles.
Her knives.
I thought she kissed her knuckles.
I forget what she did. It's been a while.
Maybe she did. You're right. But she probably did. She touched her knives and starts the battle.
Oh, she's lightning. Good thing you guys are with me.
And she tries to shock Luffy. That's not work. That's not gonna work. Would she have the eat in her face?
The what?
The
No.
eat in her face?
I don't think that would work for her. Or at least she'd have like something close to it.
Yeah. It's just, why won't this work?
Simple. I'm made of rubber.
I forgot. But what the absent silhouette remember their encounters at Castle Oblivion?
Do they? I don't know.
We don't know much of their personality. Other than they're probably the same. And then shoot that Frankie, but he said, you forgot I'm a cyborg.
Like, oh, this is completely unfair.
Yeah, I could see Larxie being a whiny bitch about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she does all the clone things.
Yeah.
And Sora has to find out which one's the real one. And Luffy sees it. How'd you know which one I was? And he said instinct. As a callback to his battle with Mr. 3.
That or he just used his observation hockey.
Yeah. Then would she realize it?
Probably not.
Yeah, because she's not from the One Piece world. And then After that, Sora reaches the final the final bar. And then knocks her out for good. And rather than her crying about her loss, she just stood there accepting her fate and disappears. And then after winning, they return and said, "Guys!" And Nami went up to hug Luffy, giving Sanji a jealous look. What? Just, I think we met an organization member that was dead. You were right, Robin. Do you remember the last one we saw? I think it was. I'm doing this how I faced them in order. I think I faced Vexen last because he was such a pain.
I think I went by number. Who?
You went by number?
Yeah.
I went by who was the easiest and who was the hardest. Next I'll go to Beast Castle.
So Marluxia then.
Yep. Who would be the Straw Hats to fight here? Zoro and
Probably Zoro and Robin.
I thought Robin would fit. Then again, she can be in two fights, can't she? I thought she would fit Zexion more.
Okay. Maybe Brooke.
Yeah. And when Brooke fights, we said there's only room for one dead guy. You know how it starts? Marluxia will whisper something in Sora's ear and start the count. Do you know what he whispered to his ear? Naruto The Last is a good movie.
Blasphemy!
And then he starts the counting. What level he is? It's level 6. Or should he be level 99?
You don't really get to that till World It Never Was.
Right. So I'll have it be level 60.
Okay.
And Zoro said, I don't. And Luffy has. Zoro said, I don't get it. He can harm me, but I feel like I'm not being depleted. And then he throws some Black Valley of Vines and surround and it caused Zoro to explode. No, I felt that. And he saw another, and luckily he used dodge roll and glided. What would Zoro do? He cut the vines. He said,
Yeah, probably.
And Marluxia said, "Impossible! How can you cut these vines? These swords are way more powerful. What swords would he use against the vines?"
Enma.
Yeah. And then he bashes Marluxia with Enma with Sora and Brook froze the flowers with his freeze attacks. And then Sora attacks him, and then Alicia's spitting attack and Sora throws the scythe at him and restores his restores his timer. Then he turns to the wheel and heads, and he starts a countdown. But luckily, Sora, guys, this guy is tough. Is there anything we could? I got a good idea. God, and Sora and Sora. Are you guys ready? Ready? Okay. Yeah. And Brooke uses freeze attacks at Sora, who reflect it, and Zoro touched the ice and stabbed Marluxia, and it destroyed him. And they all come back and Brooke says, I felt chilled, but done right by spy. Oh wait, I have no chills. I just love Brooke's skull jokes.
Yeah.
And then they visit Agrabah. They'll face Vex. Actually, they'll go to the Olympus to face Zexion.
Yeah, that's like the hardest fight next to Vexen.
Yeah, we'll go to Zexion, okay?
All right.
Who would go besides Robin? Who would be go Sora there?
For Zexion, maybe Nami.
Sure, because they're both smart. And when they disappear, they were worried about Nami. But Luffy says she'll be fine. But trust me, I have faith in her and Sora and Robin, especially with Sora and Robin being there. And Robin said, "Look at all these books." And then Zexion always appeared, and he's attempted to trap Sora and the friends with the. He attacked Nami first in the book. And Robin said, "Sora, Nami's trapping that book. You must destroy it, right?" And Sora destroyed the book and freed Nami. And thanks, Sora. And no one turned. And Sora's like, what was that book? It was called The Last. And oh God, how bad was it?
Keeps haunting me.
my brother. No, I would have rather have Brooke do that. That's anyways. But then Zexion traps Sora, and Sora has to find the true way to escape. I forgot what it was called. The reaction command.
Yeah, I forget too. But then he had an idea and uses a drive form. He uses limit form, and
does Ragnarok, or and you know who'd be the one to defeat him? Robin defeats him.
Nice.
She grabs one of the books and uses it against Zexian's will, and she holds Zexian down to the floor, and she read the spell that could beat him for good. And then she said, "Now, Sora," and Sora does the final attack.
Yes, and you have to beat them with a combo in this game.
Yeah. And after his death, he does the same thing the other two did. Next is Agrabah. We face the hardest silhouette fight.
I think Jinbei should be in this one.
And Sanji? Or should we save him for Lixius?
Probably Lexius.
Yep. Who'd be the other? How about Usopp?
Probably.
Yeah. What's his weapon? Do you remember what it's called?
It's like a axe thing.
Yeah. His ice axe, I think.
No, wait. Vexen's got the shield.
Oh, yeah. He uses his shield to trap
Lexius
sword.
has that like tomahawk thing.
Yeah. And he does it to a free sword to block a fight. And it was all, it's like Luffy without Akaji. Huh. Because I could see Usopp freaking out. But luckily Jinbei came to his rescue and destroyed it. And Usopp, how did you get rid of his ice? My fisherman karate warmed him up. What they don't know is Sora got cloned, and it's like Agrabah all over again.
There's the Anti-Saurus.
Yeah, and Usopp, it's like Agrabah all over again. I mean, Neverland, not Agrabah.
That thing on the floor must be taking data from him.
But why Sora? Maybe because he doesn't.
Can't get any data on us.
And they fought Data Jinbei and Data Usopp.
You want to rethink that, Jinbei?
What about Data, Donald, and Goofy? What would that be like?
Easy.
Yeah.
And Jinbei uses his karate to break Vexen's shield.
Yeah. It's like, no! And Sora says, thanks, Jinbei. And then Sora stabs and Sora strikes down Vexen after beating his shadow. And it finally defeated him. And the last one...
It's Lexios, but he's already in Twilight Town, which is where they need to go right now.
Yeah, and... Right. They'll go to the train station and say, gosh, I think we're almost there. Aren't we here because of the picture? And Sora says, yeah, but we gotta find the absent silhouette first.
I think it was in the Sandlot.
You might be right, Goofy. Let's go. And they found Lexia, and the final battle is between Sora, um Sanji and Chopper. I, I think I think this will be fitting for Chopper too.
Yeah, with his other points he can use.
Yeah.
Good point. So you just don't use your monster point.
And Sora asks, "What's so bad about his monster point?"
It'll leave him immobile for 3 minutes when it wears off. Plus, he's too big for this arena.
You're right.
Oh, Chopper.
I love Chopper's heavy. He turns a heavy point and he fights Lexius 1-on-1. What would that be like?
Be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, Lexius can hit pretty hard.
But luckily, Chopper uses guard point to protect both Sora and Sanji. And Sanji said, "Good job, son." And then he jumps and attacks Lexius, kicks him with his...
Janbei!
Way to go! Way to go, Sanji! You know, when you're not being a pervert, you're a pretty good fighter.
I'll take whatever goblet I can get.
Then he whispered, "Zoro's still a better fighter than you." What was that? Nothing. And then Sora swipes away his Lexius weapon and knocks him and defeats him before he could jump towards them. Sora has to do the finishing moves because he's the main character.
Right.
And after that, Sora asks, "Is that all of the silhouettes?" "I think so," says Sonic. Then they finally get back to the Radiant Garden. So that's it? Asked Luffy. Yes. Now let's go back to now let's go to the mansion. I have a feeling something big is about to happen. And they go through the forest. They find him, and they go to the haunted mansion.
And fight snipers.
Yep, and they notice the Twilight Town gang there. "Are you guys all right? What happened?" "We came here looking for Kairi. Then those white things attacked us. You gotta be careful." "Yeah, you guys didn't want to do
Kairi's
that."
our friend too.
"You're right. You know, I never thought of that like that before. We think where it is, this mansion, it's got a lot of really strange visitors. We thought this place might be a gateway to some kind of alternate Twilight." "What do you mean, alternate Twilight Town?" "Hey, Nami, do you still have that crystal?" "Mm-hmm. I made that pouch myself, and we still have it. So there should be 2 of them here. And this is the trophy Cypher Gate. You left behind, remember?
One of their kind. The same crystals.
Red, blue, orange, yellow, green. Only one of you color. But you got your own. So where'd you get it?"
The king.
"That's right. The king. We came here with the king, and he gave us the money."
The pouch with the crystal and money for the train.
"But we're the king. See? There's got to be another town like this one. It would explain how the king got that pouch and that crystal. Everything makes sense. And they all looked at each other and even puzzled Robin. It does? You know it's confusing when Robin is puzzled.
I feel she's more intrigued than puzzled.
Yeah. And then she said, that other town must be wherever missing here. What? Like Kyrie. Says Ollie. Then a few dusts appeared. And, but before they could attack, King Mickey finally arrives and, watch out! While the restoration, while the Twilight Town Committee hid, Sora and the Straw Hats and Donald and the Disney trio fought the nobodies. Once they got rid of them, Mickey said, I got something to tell you. I found out where Ansem is. Ansem the Wise.
The real Ansem.
He's stuck in the Organization 13th Stronghold. And we figured out what Kyrie is. I'm pretty sure we're right. But why did you come here?
Zogo, pretty sure it's not a coincidence you just happened to show up here, King Mickey.
Oh, yep. Your Majesty, we think Riku sent us here. What do you tell us? What do you know? You too, Sanji. It's not for me to... But Your Majesty, why?
I don't want to break my promise.
You made a promise to Riku? So it's okay.
Mickey's like, shit!
Oh, who's Riku? My best friend. That's it? Your Majesty, you got the pouch from Riku with the crystal, right? And you promised not to tell? Gosh, guys, that's enough. Yeah, let's go. Kyrie?
He sees Zoro being like, you this whole time you never said anything. Sora and Sanji getting one of their fights, like, yeah, like I just want to tell you guys what happened with Riku after the three of us promised to keep it a secret.
Yeah. And then
I guess should Luffy have a deciding vote on how this goes with Sanji, Brook, and Frankie?
Yeah. Since
he is still their captain and he has to make the decision.
Yeah, what would his decision be?
He wouldn't pay any mind to it and said they probably had their reasons for not telling us.
Yeah, so let's just
Riku when we find him.
Yeah. And then Sanji gives a gulp look, and Robin looks at it suspiciously. Because we all thought Riku was dead. Or we didn't, but they thought Riku might be dead.
I kind of think we put it together who the Ansem was when we saw him.
Yeah.
You can put two and two together.
Yeah. And then after that, they found the computer and said, how does that work? I can handle it. Okay, here we go. What's wrong? I can't go out without a password. Do you have any idea what the password might be? Well, we only got this photo. And the salty all ice cream bar. Yeah, the one on the way up. It was in the box right next to the photo. Hey, that's it. Ansem the
Wise loved ice cream.
Okay, what's the name of the flavor?
Make sure it's the right one. It won't take the wrong password.
Right. It's certainly sea salt ice cream, says Luffy. They all looked like, what? I tasted it. It was good. And lo and behold, he was right. That source, it's probably not the first time Luffy was right. Is it, Nami?
Yeah, when it comes to food, he knows the best.
That explains a lot. And then the machine turned on and said, "We'll be." And Hayner said, "We'll be down there to hold down the fort." Say hi to Kyrie. You bet. Come on, guys, let's go. Then Oled says, "You're lucky, Kyrie. You have a boyfriend who loves you, who would do anything to." Because I could see her shipping Soak. After all, she did said it was a romantic story.
Yeah.
And they make it back to the data. And Sora asks, "Are we back in the same place?" And then he sees a total computer, and he said, "This is the other Twilight Town."
Roxas is Twilight.
And we had that familiar scene of Roxas
Him
destroying
the computers.
Yep. There's got to be a way to the dark realm somewhere. Let's split up. And then they looked everywhere. And Sora said, "I gotta go to that computer for some reason." Why? Or the place where they saw he got the ultimate weapon. When they
Right. At least the recipe for it.
Yeah. And after that, they see a portal light. They said, "This is it." They all enter, and then they find themselves in big betwixt and between. And said, "Where'd the king go?" asked Sanji. Said, "Yeah, you're right. He must be behind. He'll catch up to us," says Robin. "We gotta find a way out of here." Riku, Kyrie, says Sora. And then they got ambushed by nobodies. But it was a long battle, and Sora got tired. It's no use. Don't.
The darks will overtake you.
Then he comes in and said, "Get going." Why? Don't ask. Just. And he got pulled by nobody's, but Sora knocked him out. Said, "You okay?" "I kidnapped Kyrie, but she got away from me." After that, Sayax caught her. He's a member of Organization 13. Sayax, got it memorized? Now go save her. And Sora gets frustrated. Says, "Leave us alone." It's Sora, Luffy, and Axel battle. And Sora and Luffy does their limit together.
They're on my side.
Feeling a little regret.
Nah, I can take these guys out. Watch this.
and he uses all his energy with his chakra and spinning. And he releases a powerful flame attack and obliterates every nobody. Whoa. And then we're looking for
fading away.
Well, that's what happens when you put your whole being
into attack. Not like I have a whole being.
Anyway, I digress. Go find Kyrie. Oh, almost forgot. Sorry for what I did to her.
If anything, he didn't do anything that bad compared to what Sayax is probably doing.
Yeah. They said, "When we find her, you could tell her that yourself." And he laughed.
My heart wouldn't be in it. Not that I have one. Actually, what did you want?
And Brooke
I wanted to see Roxas again.
Like, he was like the only one. He felt like I had a heart. It's kind of funny. You and Luffy make me feel.
Remind me the same way.
Kyrie's in the castle dungeon. Now go. And then he disappeared.
He'll be fine.
And would they cry over him?
Bond of flame.
Yep. Would they cry over Axel's death?
Maybe.
And Nami asks, he kidnapped Kyrie. Should we cry over his death? I know he apologized, but still, we wouldn't be in this mess if he didn't kidnap Kyrie. But he did lead us to
You see
the
Robin trying to rationalize it, saying,
yeah. Because I'm gonna have Nami gonna be skeptical of forgiving him, because it reminds her of Arlong.
that or like, yeah, but Axel really wasn't that bad of a guy.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
I mean, it's like her trying to like not forgive Gene Bakes, and he was kind of the reason for Arlong.
True. Yeah, you're right. Or it could be Sanji. That could be, or Zoro.
Hmm.
And they finally make it. Anyway, they finally make it to the world that never was.
An awesome world, actually.
Yeah. So this. Then Mickey comes at Usopp point. And where'd you come from? And then they see a big castle and said, and Sora says, Kyrie, Axel said Kyrie's in a dungeon. Then we better find a way to get to that castle. And he runs off. There he goes again. And they walk through all the nobodies. And Sora beat a bunch of them. And they finally reach Memory Skyscraper, and it starts to rain. And Sora, and then he hears, Sora!
He sees a bunch of samurai nobodies with the rest of his party.
Yeah. Guys!
And then who should appear but Roxas?
Yep. And when he sees his Keyblade, a Keyblade? And he gets to fight. And
then he's teleported to a dive to the heart. Which I'm assuming is his heart.
Who? Sora's?
Yes.
Yep.
Here we get one of the greatest fights in the entire game.
Yep. Which I will start with the battle will start with him releasing a powerful attack. He used crisscross and he jumps on Sora, but Sora blocked him with his Keyblade. And then he summons 13 beams and but Sora dodged. Then I believe Roxas start using dual stance, and Sora had to find the right
command.
Yep. And Sora pushes it, and Sora started attacking, and then he grabs Roxas' Keyblades and starts attacking him.
But Roxas isn't done yet.
Yep, he uses magic. He summons light and runs up to shouts, "Come on!" and throws up light orbs at him. But Sora's quick to use quick dodge, or
then Roxas just keeps pounding away at him with his Keyblades and disarms Sora.
Yeah. And Sora, thinking quickly, Sora uses Sora uses one of his magic to strike. He uses reflect, and then he grabs his Keyblade and blocks him and says, "Who are you?" Someone from the dark. You can't be Riku. Riku.
Riku. I defeated Riku not that long ago.
You what? Tell me. Tell me why he picked you. And he runs at Sora and Sora dodges and blocks and throws him away and says, I see. That's why.
He sees the. But I thought it was seeing the glass of Riku and Kairi there is what he's meant by that.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about the Keyblade. And then he starts putting his Keyblade and he and Sora drops his Keyblade and then he runs to get it, but Roxas blocks him, and then he points his Oath Keeper at him, and Sora
Calls it back to him.
Yep, and he said, "What?" And he strikes him down.
Him.
And then we have that sad scene with him and Axel. I think that was Axel's way of saying goodbye to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he asks, "Roxas, do you think you have a heart?" I'm not sure. Uh, and then he said something like, "I don't because I know Sora will find a way because he's me, and Luffy will too. Luffy's the type of guy that doesn't break his promise. When I'm with the Straw Hats, I feel happy. Sora, I don't know what it is with Sora and Luffy, but I feel they share the same heart. Yeah, they do. They have a special bond. It's sort of like him and his brother Ace. Wait, you know Ace? I hit and Axel admitted that he didn't meet. I can see Axel meeting Ace once.
Yeah.
Yep, he didn't know I was nobody, but he reminded me. He reminded me when I had a heart, and I keep wondering, do we have heart? What if Xemnas is lying? Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And then after that, he said, it's time for me to go. See you later, Axel. He said, right back at you, buddy. And he starts to cry. That really was a sweet scene.
It was.
Then he said, "You make a good other." And Sora says, "You make a good other." And they've noticed him and said, "Are you all right?" And Sora says, "What just happened?" Wars. I don't. Luffy was the one that said, "I don't know. You disappeared, and me and the guys had to fight some nobodies." Oh, he said he defeated Riku. How said that? That guy in the black coat. but nobody could defeat Riku. Hey, you still there? Sorry about that, folks. He had technical difficulties, but anyway, we're back. Sora returned and they ask, "What just happened?" "Gosh, I don't know. You just disappeared. Then we had to fight some nobodies." And Sora says, "He said he defeated Riku." Who's that?
Nobody can defeat Riku. Yeah, Sora did.
Yeah. Luffy was the one that pointed out. Nobody else could defeat Riku. And Goofy said, "A black coat must mean Organization 13. You must have been trying to trick you." "Yeah, that must be why we didn't see." "Huh? You must be tired, Sora. Come on, let's find a way to get to that match." Right. And he looked behind up at the sky, all confused. And then we see Kairi in the dungeon. And she was looking at Pluto, and she was pet. I just love that scene.
Yeah.
Then he asks, "What are you gonna do to us?" She asks. "You're the fire that feeds Sora's anger," says Sayax as he Then he starts to leave, and she says, "Sora's in danger because of me." And to be fair, though, Kairi, he was gonna come regardless if you were there or not.
Yeah.
And then she hears a dark corner and turns around and sees a blonde girl that looks like her. It's Naminé. "This way. Who? Believe in yourself. Come on, hurry." And she feels in her heart that she starts to trust her. And then she uses her hands. And Sora finally make it to the brink of despair and see that there's no bridge. There's got to be a path somewhere. But then Sora noticed the light, the same light that happened. And then he points his Keyblade and shoots a beam at it, and it made a bridge. It said, "Kairi, we're almost there." "Yeah, let's go," says Luffy. "Luffy, we don't want you running off. We could get lost," says Nami.
No, that's Zoro.
But Luffy can run off.
Yeah.
Then after that, Sora said, "Kairi, where are you?" They all get a battle pose. "Shh. Remember where we are. This is their stronghold." "Wait, Your Majesty." And as he runs off, then he says, and they hear something, and Goofy says, "Be careful. I think we got company." And Usopp says, "Yeah, I got this disease called do not enter nobody's stronghold."
Oh, sure. Yeah, Chopper, fix him up.
Okay, I'll go.
Or I can have Donald use an Essence spell on you.
Okay, I'll break through. I'll go. And then after that, Kairi and Naminé run down the steps holding hands, and suddenly Naminé felt the straight disturbance, and then they get blocked by Berserker Nobodies and Sayax. "Naminé, there you are." And Kairi remembered Naminé from when she talked to Roxas. "Kairi, I'm afraid leaving is not an option. I'll take you to see Sora."
You don't want that?
I do more than anything,
It's
but
not
not
with
with you.
someone like you.
And
This is
she
a
gets a
little bit
bound.
hard. I'd have died of laughter.
Can you imagine if that was Hinata?
That he had even more reason to laugh.
What would? Yeah. And then he hears, and then Sykes hear the sword sound,
I
and
thought Roxas took care of you.
and it was a guy in an organization coat, and Naminé smiled and said, "You could take it from here, Riku."
Riku,
And then he he shoots dark fire guy at him, and then Sykes blocks, but the figure grabs it and slams it into a wall. But Sykes disappeared. He starts to follow, but Kyrie stops and said, "Wait!" And Pluto runs to him, and he backs away. And Kyrie opens his hood and says, "Riku, you're really here?" And it's
he takes off
Ansem.
the hood and sees it's Ansem.
I gotta admit, I was shocked when I saw that. You know, it's said that Nomura's do better at twists than you know who.
Yeah, whereas Kishi kept piling twist after twist where it made even less sense.
Yep. Kishi is the M. Night Shyamalan of anime.
Hmm.
While Oda is the Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Luckily, we don't have a Stanley Kubrick version of anime.
yeah. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah. Anyway, they Sora and the others enter Twilight's View, and they hear Sora, Straw Hats. You've done well. Where's Kyrie? Asks Sora. Who knows? I bet she's catch up with the friends with the from the darkness. And Nami asks, "What does that mean?" She doesn't need you anymore. And Luffy asks, "Oh, we're supposed to believe that?" Well, you don't have to, but you can believe this. Organization 13 has no further use of you. Just look there. Our Kingdom Hearts. Thanks to you, we collected countless hearts. Can you hear their euphoria? Now they need one more helping from the Keyblade, and he snaps his finger, and hundreds of shadowed heartless emerge. And Sora said, "We gotta put Kingdom Sora." It was Kyrie. He said, "Sora, it's really you." And he said, "Kyrie," and some of the nobodies jumped on Sora. You leave Sora alone. And you got to give Kyrie this. She knows she's not strong, but she would
Her
fall
helping
down.
out is better than when Hinata tries to help out.
Yeah. People compare Kyrie to Princess Peach, but at least
Peach can actually still fight, and
what?
especially now because she has her own game series.
Who Peach?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about earlier Princess Peach.
right.
But at least Kyrie can stand up. At least she doesn't scream, "Matsura, help me!"
Or Naruto.
Then Riku came to her rescue, and he said, "Take
Hand
it."
her a Keyblade. Let's take it.
I was wondering, where did he get that?
I don't know, because that should be one of Aqua's Keyblades.
How about we make it different? instead of Riku giving it, she finally wields one herself. Is it, Kairi, where did you get that? I don't know. And she swings it and bashes the Heartless. She said, "This time, I'll fight."
Right. He's completely, your source completely helpless without us.
Or, come on, a lot of people hate her for that line, but I think what she means is his whole friends, not just
Yeah.
her, and because she's right about that. And then Syx noticed something. It was Pete and Maleficent. Well, will the intrusions never? I was wondering where they were.
Yeah, they just randomly show up.
And she said, "Why, Pete? This castle is perfect. Perhaps we should acquire it." Well, the setup's kind of nice, I guess. But what about the Heartless? Though it's way too close to the darkness. They ain't gonna listen to us here. Once again, you underestimate me. Showing him, unfortunately, he has the right to underestimate her because she was completely pointless.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mickey was running through the castle, knocking out Heartless and nobodies, and he
And
finds
runs into Diz.
Yep, and he helps him to stand, and he
Takes off his bandages and shows Ansem the Wise.
said, "It's been too long." I think this is Christopher Lee's best voice acting in the game.
Yeah.
That or when he dies, before he dies.
Yes, dies.
To be fair, though, we thought he was dead before Birth by Sleep. And then he said, "Ansem the Wise, why can't you come to me before they got so bad?" Zemnis, the organization's superior, is the nobody of Xehanort, my foremost apprentice. The burden is mine to bear. Is that all? I won't deny there was more. I was obsessed with thoughts of revenge. My apprentices stole everything precious to me. My research and my pride. I can't help you with revenge. I know. Riku told me Riku Sanji told me 1,000 times. Where's Riku? He must be with his friends by now. Riku was a great help. They were a great help to me. I found you wandered in the darkness. You lost track of me. Gosh, we didn't lose each other exactly. Riku left. Well, because Xehanort's heart is still inside his heart, troubling him, and she must have been suffering. But I don't understand why it looks like that now, when he's still Riku at heart. I am to blame. When I've admit Riku as a he's still probably because he has such a strong heart. I asked him to find a young man named Roxas, Organization 13, and bring him to me. When I told him it would help Sora and Luffy awaken from their slumbers, Riku and Sanji left without a word. They fought Roxas, and I could only surmise Riku lost that fight.
Riku yes, he lost it.
Yep. And then he said, Riku must have realized that to fight in the realm of dark, he must emerge in that same darkness. When he did, you saw what came of him. When Riku brought Roxas back to me, he was introducing himself as Ansem. That's when Wake is his friend. He was ready to live in darkness. Riku was the victim of my revenge. Oh, how my heart ached. I could only laugh to hide my shame. I guess after that, when I saw Riku again, he said he wanted to help Sora, but he made me promise that Sora would never find out about what happened to him while he was out in the darkness. My friend, time has come. I must make amends to these young people. And he picks up his device and go. Meanwhile, Sora says, "Get off!" And he shakes a bunch of them. And Luffy helps him up.
And a bunch of arrows come, and it's Zigbar showing up.
Have you been a good boy? Show yourselves. It sounds like you haven't. Sora, Roxas. Roxas?
Rambling. They didn't really pick a dud this time.
You're not like half the heroes, the other, and Robinson's the other heroes.
I wonder if they just that was probably just a foreshadow birth by sleep.
I think it was.
Are you done rambling? Rambling as if. What I'm trying to tell you, traitor, is that your time is up.
And he brings out his weapons, his snipers.
Reload.
You really should have. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right. Here's where Sora would unleash final form.
Yep. And Sora defeats Zigbar and says, "Why did you call me Roxas?"
Wouldn't you like to know?
And he disappears. Hey, hold on. And Robin says, "Oh, he'll be fine." Just be clear.
Kyrie.
And then he said, "Oh, they need our help." Sora and Riku are to Sora and the others. We have no part to play here. Gee, I wonder if the Riku will ever change back. Riku chose the power, so he can use the power of darkness. It won't be easy. Kyrie, well, and I know how to get. And look, I got a good idea. And Luffy uses his arms to get to where Kyrie. It says, "Luffy, I don't think it's a good idea." And he grabs all of them. Luffy, I don't think. Then they fall down. We should have expected this. As they get dizzy as soon as they landed.
Kyrie sees Sora and just runs to hug him.
This is real. And then she grabs Kyrie and she grabs Sora and kisses him. It's what kind of face would Sora give? What?
Shocked. But then, like, return it by wrapping his arms around her.
And what would the Sora? I think I can see Nami and Robin sighing on how romantic it is.
Yeah.
And Zoro says, "You did good, kid." And Luffy looks at Nami and says, and thinks, he would do that? No, because I'm pairing them in Kingdom Hearts 3, not here.
Right.
And I doubt Sanji would flirt with her because she's 16
Probably not.
and he's 19.
He'd be like in his almost 20, I think.
Yeah. And I doubt Brooke would ask,
Yeah, no.
even they have standards, even if they are perverts. Then Ansem was about to leave and say, "Wait, Ansem! I never thought for a second I'd see you again. Just thinking of all the things you did makes me really mad. But you saved Kyrie, right? I have to be grateful for that. Thanks." And I forgot to write his reaction to Sora and Kyrie kiss. How would Riku react?
I don't think you really have that much of a reaction.
Yeah. And Kyrie pulled his Riku, don't go. And everyone
What? Kyrie, what did you just say? This is Riku.
Wait, I know one. Just to cast away from the darkness. Sora, come
Yeah, the
here.
hand thing needs to happen for Sora to actually see that it's Riku under there.
Yeah, that'll happen, but he won't hold it for long. You let it
You won't
go,
like
and
fall to his knees and cry while holding it.
yeah, he won't do that here. Because that
You can
was all.
still fall to his knees and sob without holding the hand.
Yeah, and he said, Riku, Riku's here.
I
And,
searched everywhere for you.
and Luffy, you know why Luffy's relieved? Because he was afraid that Sora would lose him like he lost
Like he
Ace.
lost Ace. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he said, "What?" And Robin said, "That was you that was helping us,
What
huh?"
do you mean? Those clues. It must have. Sora never really did pick the brightest friends.
What does that make you, Riku? Asks Nami. Shut up!
Well, why didn't you let me know you were okay?
I told you.
I didn't.
I didn't
I didn't want to. I
Not like
couldn't
this.
face you guys. Not like this.
I fought with Ansem with Xehanort's Heartless. When it invaded my heart, I won. But to use the power of darkness, I had to become Ansem myself. Sanji, did you know about this?
Yes, that's what he made Brooke, Sanji, and I promise not to say.
Do you mean Frankie?
Yes. Sorry.
I see. Well, I guess we'll forgive you. 'Cause then Kyrie asks, "So does that mean you can't change back?" He said, "This battle isn't over. Until it is, I still need the power of darkness." And Sora says, "That's then. Let's finish it. You're still Riku, no matter what." And they all smiled. So how about it? Think we could handle one last rumble together? The king? Yep. Oh, if only he knew.
Oh, please. We have 2 more games with you, Sora.
Yeah. And another game coming. And then, meanwhile, the king at the
Like, what is that? It's the King and Diz. I mean, Ansem the Wise.
what are they doing? They created a device to they the Anthem created a device to reclaim Kingdom Hearts and encode it as data. I don't get it. And Robin says, "I don't understand it either. After all, hearts aren't unpredictable." And then Sora says, "Let's go." But then Luke Sword appears and separates Sora and Nami. Or it
You!
should be.
I'd rather we just skip the formalities.
What he doesn't know is Nami is good at gambling.
First to run out of time is the loser, and he turns Nami into a card and
Yeah,
Sora into a dice.
yeah. I gotta admit, this battle was fun.
It was different, at least.
Yeah, but was it better than Kingdom Hearts 3?
I say this one's easier than threes.
Yeah,
Because threes can get on your nerves.
it was. It changed. They both changed back and after the drive gouge depleted, and they disappeared. And then Luxor turned into Zucard and said, and Nami was looking from behind, and she found Luke's sword, and Sora pushes, and Sora uses reaction command to flip him, and then he challenged Nami into a game, and Nami
Is the one we
presses
gotta find like O's all that and all those ones?
what?
We gotta get the circles all on the reactions.
Yep, I could see him trying to use Nami, and when he's defeated by Nami, he said, "I underestimated her."
Like you were
And
born for these games, Nami.
And Nami spurts it. Well, I'm a gambler. Now finish him off, Sora. Right, and he tries to hide cards, but Sora slices the cards.
How could you, Roxas?
That's Sora. And he disappears, and we brought back Luffy and the others. Are you okay? Yeah.
Yeah,
No
thanks
worries.
to Nami.
It said, Nami, you were great. And he Luffy out and he hugs Nami, and who blushes, and Sanji girl, stop hugging mine, and Riku of all people bunks Sanji on the head. Knock it off, Sanji. And they finally make it to Sayek's room and says, "All you,
Only you could have made it this far in one piece, Roxas.
That's really
getting old.
Yeah, he's Sora.
Different name, same fate.
Who should fight Sayek with Sora here? Luffy and
Sanji.
Yeah. And I can see Sanji saying, "What you did was totally unforgivable. You put a lady in a dungeon." Maybe I can forgive Axel.
You should know about dungeons, Blackleg.
I lived in a dungeon with the worst people, with the worst family in the history of family. Not really, Sanji. Fire Ozai! Allergies.
Did you just say Firelord Ozai?
Yeah. Is he worse father than Sanji's father?
I don't know. I feel like they're both equally awful.
Yeah. Or Shao Tucker.
I mean, compared to both of them, I think Ozai is not as bad compared to Judge or Tucker.
That's true. Anyway. And then he said, "Do you feel it? The moon's power." Moon, shine down. Use it. Is Claymore to power up the moon?
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of the easiest fights, wasn't it?
If you can cheese him with Peter Pan, it can be.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
I never used him. I just did it legit since he wasn't really that hard. Even on critical.
Yeah, me neither. But I never used Peter Pan except for Olympus.
Yeah, just for the Colosseums.
Yep. He slams it to the ground, unleashing energy. Then move us! With sword grabs his Claymore and
Knocks
flips.
him out of his berserk mode.
Yep. And Sanji uses his kicks and kicks Sayek's face. I would love to see that.
Doing all his like French moves.
Yeah. And then he swings his legs by holding on.
He was like a massive like
holding
anime kick like he did on Queen.
Yep. And he says, Sora, he's starting to get weak. He's on his last breath. Take him down. And Sora uses Berserk one last time and use aerial finish, which is my favorite move.
Yeah.
And Sayek finally goes. Sayek's backs away holding his claymore, and then he drops it and he looks at the moon and says, "Why?"
Damn. Where is my heart?
And Sayek finally dies, and I could see Sanji said, "You got what you deserve," because I did not feel
I don't get it. Why are you even calling me Roxas?
because Sora,
Roxas is your nobody. My nobody? That's crazy.
And,
I never turned it up. Oh. It's when you came to save me the first time. Remember?
yeah, and Sora's like, "Wow, you have a nobody, and he's not evil." That's right. Xemnas was the one who found Roxas. He can use the Keyblade because he was your nobody. That's why he brought him in the organization. But Roxas betrayed them. After that, I thought it would help. I fought him. Sanji, Frankie, Brooke, and I fought him because we thought it would help you wake up. We lost. But then I did something. And he tells the story of course, we saw it in flashback. How many times do we gotta beat you? Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that. Get real. Which one of us was winning?
He puts his hand in his mouth like, why did I just say that? I knew it. You're his nobody.
What are you talking about? I am me. Nobody else. That was a great line too, and delivery from Jesse McCartney himself.
Yeah.
I think McCartney was the best voice actor in the game.
Yeah.
And then he said, "I have no." Then he takes off his blindfold and finally uses his power dart, and he finally becomes Ansem, and he uses the Guardian and knocks rocks. Which I'm still confused. Is the Guardian still
Yeah, is
Terra?
that Terra or what?
A replica?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
You see, the more you're making things more confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We still love you, though. We know you're probably not listening, but we still like to let you know that. And after that, Riku said, "Maybe I didn't need to fight him after all. I think he left because he really wanted to meet you, Roxas. I wish I could meet him too." And Riku points out to his heart, and someone's, "Yeah, I would like to meet Roxas too. Maybe he likes meat."
No, he likes ice cream.
All right, then let's get going. And then after that, they finally reached up and hear Ansem laughing. So, I am a fool. I've spent years working on the heart. It seems I haven't learned a thing. What do you mean? The process is hard. The encampment of my Twilight Town, Dato creates from real hearts. I was convinced that they would think and behave the way I envisioned, but I can wrong. A heart is much more than any system. I saw it when Roxas and Kyrie crossed paths. I knew, but I was too stubborn to accept it. It's always the same. I tried to wrap my mind around things that only my heart already knows, only to fall. When I tried to bring Sora back, I had so many plans in store. But once Sora was an acting force, they fell apart. All my research amounted to nothing compared to that one boy's heart. And that Luffy boy, he has the same spirit of Gold D. Roger. What? He knew Gold Roger? Of course, Mickey knew that, but he didn't care. That's the machine. All the more proof that hearts cannot be contained by data. Run, my friend. It's going to self-destruct, and anything could happen. But, Your Majesty, Sora, Luffy, the rest is up to you. And Roxas, I doubt you can hear me, but I am sorry. Ansem, my heart is telling me what I must do. Please allow me to do what it says. No, Riku, his heart's decided. We can't change that. And then out came the big bad himself, Zemnis.
Yes, Noah. You look pitiful.
Have your laugh. I deserve as much failing to see the fool you are. Students do take after their teachers. Only a fool would be your apprentice. After all, none of this would have happened without you.
Are we sure about that?
Yep, he says, you are the source of all heartless. It was your research that inspired me to go further than you ever dared. I admit, my disregard brought chaos to more worlds than one. But what were you seeking? You erased me from the world, only to take my aim and
I will
continue.
say this, is that at least Ansem owns up to his mistakes and tries to fix them.
Yeah, that's why I think he's a heroic character. Or anti-hero, at least.
Yeah.
He's not evil. He's not evil. He just feels betrayed. Is it
Kind of like, not a really good comparison, but basically like what Kratos was in the Greek saga.
Yeah. And Ansem says, all that more. I'm carrying on what your stuff began, and I'm creating one brand new world, one heart at a time. I thought you praised me, but all of you was holding me back. I understand. Unlike me, you have a heart, and you're powerless to control it. Consumed by the student who, by the jealousy of the you feel toward the student who surpassed you. And Ansem smirked and said, Xehanort, foolish apprentice of a foolish man. You have surpassed nothing. Only proof of little we both know. We may profess to know the heart, but its essence is beyond our reach. We're both ignorant. It's oblivious as we began. I'm afraid with any world you try to create, any world of yours will be an empire of ignorance, which is why you and your creation are destined to fall. Man, Christopher Lee owned it.
For now.
Christopher Lee owned that performance.
Yeah, he did.
I heard he did it
Like
in one take.
disregard Burton, but
Yeah, I heard he did that. Did all of his lines in one take.
I feel that's all he was gonna. That's all they were gonna get out of him.
Yeah, and if he did that in one take, that was Oscar.
The dude had talent. I'll say that.
Yeah. We've said enough. Riku, you know what to do. King Mickey, my friend, forgive me. Farewell. And the machine sparks, and Sora and the others try to run for ants, but Riku, stop. Kyrie holds on to Mickey, and I can see Robin stopping, using her hands to stop Luffy.
Yeah.
But I used to never notice until one person pointed out, like Sora stopped Kyrie from falling. She was about to fall down, but Sora noticed it and catches her, which is pretty.
A Sora thing to do.
Yeah. And then they finally, and Sora and Luffy were the first to week. And Sora, Riku, what?
He's
Riku.
back to normal.
Wow, and they all smile, and
Like, you're gonna take that off?
and would Kyrie find Riku handsome?
Yeah, kind of. My question is, how did Riku even know where he was going with that?
I don't know. Is it a cop out?
I don't know.
And then he asks, "What's with the blindfold?" He's always couldn't lie.
Oh yeah? Who are you trying to fool, huh?
Huh? Myself. Riku.
Riku.
Come on, man.
Dumbledore just pulls back from that comment after he hears it.
Yeah. He says, "What are you trying to do stuff on your own? You got friends like us." I remember that scene would always be promoted on the Disney 411 commercial. They spoiled that scene.
Disney 411.
Man, that was so lame.
It was.
Then Riku says, "Have you forgotten? I'll tell you why."
Because I'm not a total sap like you.
And Luffy, "Say that again."
You sure about that, Riku? You sure
Yeah.
about that?
I mean, who fell for Maleficent?
Or Ansem?
Then they see Kingdom Hearts, and it looks, and millions of Heartless, and Sora asks, "So what should we do, Riku?" "We must defeat Xemnas. He's the organization's last survivor." Right. And he takes off his coat and
I like his KH2 outfit.
Yeah, me too. And I like his KH2 hair.
Yeah.
But I just still don't get where do people get that he's emo? I don't see anything emo about him.
I mean, Cloud was more emo in Advent Children than him.
Yeah. What would you say what kind of person is Riku? I don't think he's a jock. I think he's more like the bad boy with a heart of gold.
Yeah, I can see that. He's one of those likable bad boys. Unlike other examples. Sasuke!
And then after that, they battle through the platforms, and then they're about, "Hey guys, look up there!"
My Kingdom Hearts ruined.
No, we have to have that scene with. We're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
It was It was when they see Heartless surrounding, and they said, "There's gonna be no end to this." And Sora said, "Together we can stop him." And then Pete and Maleficent appear. "Be gone from here. Leave these creatures to us. But there is no way we can take them all. I'll be sending them after Xemnas. Or perhaps would you rather fight them yourself?" Hmm. "Frankly, my dear, I'd rather run." And Usopp said, "That's a good idea."
I'm the way anger, Captain.
"Oh, well, if it ain't the Belt Boy King." "Well, like a abandoned ship? I don't think so." "Sora, Luffy, your majesty, do not forget, when I destroy them all, this castle shall be mine. Now looky here. Opportunities don't like this don't come along every day.
Oh, you can have it. We don't need it. What's she gonna do with the castle?
She's gonna bring her horde of villains like she did before.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna listen to her again.
Yeah, after all, after all, they were foiled by the same boy.
Then Hades isn't gonna agree to it. Jafar's locked up. Ursula's gone. Oogie Boogie's gone. Hook is like God knows where.
I don't think Cook controls the Heartless anymore.
It's slim picking she's got.
Yep. And then they finally confront Xemnas and said, "Oh, my Kingdom Hearts. Ruined. Now, I'll have to start all over again. Warriors of the Keyblade.
Give
Go
me more hearts."
No! Did he really think he was going to do what he says?
Who knows?
Then he asks, "Why do you hate the darkness?" "We don't
We're
hate
just
it,
scared of it.
but the world's made of light and darkness. You can't have one without the other, because darkness is half of everything. Sort of makes you wonder why we are scared of the dark. It's because of who's lurking inside it," says Riku. "Allow me another question. You accept darkness, yet choose to live the light. So why do you teeter at the edge of a war, live at nothing? We were turned away by both light and dark, never given a choice." "That's simple," says Robin. Because you destroy worlds. That may be. However, what other choice will be had?" And Luffy says, Shut up. You're nobody. You don't even exist. You're not sad about anything." Very good. You don't miss a thing. I cannot feel sorrow. No matter what misery befalls the world, no matter what you think, what you feel, or how you exist. And then he takes Sora and Luffy at the
Phase 1 of his fight.
yeah. But this won't be the last time Luffy will face Xemnas.
Right.
And this battle is gonna be like the original. And Sora realized,
Even when he goes up the top of the tower and Sora follows.
yeah. And Luffy punches him with his God Gatling. Luffy's happy because he hadn't had a battle in a long time. He feels like it, at least a one-on-one battle.
Kick your ass.
He's not gonna go to the 5th year Luffy here.
Not yet. Save that for Dragon or Final Xemnas.
Final Xemnas would be good.
Is 4 for the dragon throne thing?
Yeah. And after that, they said after and Xemnas tried to use his lightsabers. I know what they're called blades, but I'm calling them lightsabers.
Yeah, they're lightsabers. Don't dance around it.
Which is fitting because Nomura is a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, he kissed Mark Hamill as Ericus in the next game, which was Birth by Sleep.
Yeah. I still think that was a great casting choice. Now, will we get the Birth by Sleep? No, but I think we might do Dream Drop Distance.
But the strats really aren't going to be needed for that.
Good point, but they could go with him, or we could give. Nah, you're right. We probably won't need them. We won't do Dream Drop Distance. We will do Kingdom Hearts 3. But just to make an announcement, we will do 3 separate Kingdom Hearts. Just Kairi and her team, and Sora and his team. Who is in Kairi's team? Think about Nami and Robin and Chomper and Usopp.
Sure.
We'll figure it out as time goes. And they'll go to our own version of Worlds. Well, they'll also meet with Sora in other worlds, like we did in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like in Frozen and Tangled. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the story. Sora slams Xemnas to the building and beats him, and he says, "So it wasn't a fallacy." And he's lying on the ground and fades, and Sora and Luffy looks, and he said, "Sora." Then they hear 2 women's voice. "Sora, Luffy, where are you?" "Sora, Luffy, answer me." Sora lands on the ground while Luffy lands on Zoro. Get off! You're okay. Where's Xemnas? They all look for Donald knows.
Up there.
Hear me, Kingdom Hearts. It seems we must begin anew. But know this. I will give to you as many as hearts as it takes. Heed me, Kingdom Hearts. Lend me your power so that we may be complete. The power to erase the fools that hinder us. Xemnas, no! Hearts quivering with hatred. Xemnas, don't! Hearts burning with rage. You'll never win. Hearts scarred by envy. Shut up, says Luffy. That fool ant. But he ignored him and said, that fool ant said that the true heart's nature was beyond his understanding. But it's not beyond mine. Hearts are the source of all power. And then it beams a light. And then Sora looks up at growls to Xemnas, you can't hide from us. We're not gonna let him get away now. Kairi, look at that. And a door appears. What's going on? And Luffy and Robin says Kingdom Hearts. But it's not the real Kingdom Hearts. Just right on that. Let's go. Xemnas must means. The world gave us this doorway. They want us to be the guardians of their destiny. Right. Once we go through, there's no turning back. It's victory or oblivion. So, Sora, Luffy, are you ready? And Luffy pounds his fist and says, I'm ready. And then Sora Riku and Mickey use their Keyblade to open the door and says, "Get ready, Xemnas. It all ends here." And Kairi brings out, "I'm ready too," and she brings out her Keyblade. And Sora asks, "Where did you get that?" And she said, "I really don't know."
She must be a chosen one.
Yeah. And then they see Xemnas as so it seems your heart to lead you to obliteration. Perhaps it doesn't be paid to be too loyal to one's heart. I will have to be sure and remember that. And he throws a building at them. And Mickey and Kairi and Usopp and Chomper and who else would fall behind?
I don't know.
How about Sanji and Nami?
Yeah.
Okay. We could take them on our own. Did you think that was going to be the final boss? Sora, Riku, and Donald and Goofy versus Xemnas before the final one?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. And I gotta admit, this part was really fun.
What the?
Yeah, when Sora's cuts all the buildings, and Zoro
Yeah.
said, and Zoro scoffs at that.
Will a certain little real swordsman do it?
Wow. And they all use their powers to get. I believe the next day. They knocked a bunch of nobodies and destroyed a cannon before he could shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then they destroyed the energy core. And then they finally confront Xemnas, who is singing like a king.
On his throne.
Yep. Cursed fools. These. And he swings his weapon at Luffy. And Frankie powers throws his plasma at him, and Usopp and Brook played. And Brook used his instrument and he threw it and he turned it into a sword. What kind of attack would he use against Xemnas, Brook?
I don't know.
He used the ice attacks and it froze Xemnas temporarily. And
Could
Luffy
be.
huh?
Maybe.
And Luffy yells, "Come, come, bazooka!" And Sora attacked. And after that, they reunited with with Sanji, Mickey, and the others, and who confront him. And he said, "I need more rage. I need more hearts." Sora said, "Xemnas, there's more to a heart than just anger or hate. It's full of kinds of feelings. Don't you remember?" "Unfortunately, I don't." And he finally dies. And I think Robin is the only one that said, "This seems too easy." But everyone else celebrated.
Hmm.
Because you know how Robin is the genius.
Yep.
Well, and Nami says, "Now don't you think about it? I feel it. Yeah, me too," says Kyrie. Of course, Kyrie is smart too.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sora asks, "You're coming back with us, right?" "I have given to the darkness." "Riku, how am I gonna face everyone?" And he says, "Like this." He does that face. And immediately made Riku laugh. And then and then so does Luffy made his own Luffy, Chomper, and Usopp made their faces. Everyone laughed, including Sanji. Then they felt the earthquake and said, "Hurry! I'll open a path." And he tries to open a portal, but nothing happened. "You don't belong in the dark room anymore, Riku." "How do we get out of here, Your Majesty?" He thinks about it, but then Sora and Kairi looks around and sees Nami. They were the only ones that see them, I believe. And Nami opens up the portal, and Donald asks, "Who did this?" "Well, I'm not sure, but we better hurry and get through." Then they hear Pluto, "Ruff, ruff, ruff," and 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 Sora asks, "Where did Pluto come from? We last saw him at the fields." But then
He said he's been around. Chopper would translate.
yep. Then after that, Sora, Luffy, Nami, and Zoro and Riku and Kairi stayed behind. So thank you, Nami, says Kairi. "Sure. See? We meet again. Like we promised." "Huh?" "You said we'll meet again, but when we did, we might." Luffy and Zoro's jaw drop. What?
That dragon.
Not yet. They have to. We have to have that scene with Riku and with Roxas and Nami.
All right.
You said we meet again, but we didn't. We might not recognize each other. I did, didn't I? But I knew you. I think I understand. I see myself where you remember me, and you see yourself. I remember you. I always thought nobodies were doomed to fade back in the darkness. Yeah, but you and I didn't. We got to meet our original selves, so we could be together again. Anytime Sora and Kairi are together, and Kairi holds Sora's hand and kisses his cheek and says, "We'll be together every day, right, Sora?" Yeah. And I promise you, I will not fade away again. And trust me, he's not gonna fade away in Kingdom Hearts when we do Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right.
And then Kairi takes Nami's hands and Nami gets inside her. "Look sharp," says Roxas, and Roxas fades away, and And Sora's back to himself and said, "Huh? Don't worry, we're all still you," says Rox. And Zoro said, "That was the weirdest thing I ever seen." But I guess you guys are happy. That means that means you guys are whole now. I guess. And Sakari asks, "Hey, let's go home. Come on, Nami." "Yeah." "Riku, come on." And uh, Sora's Luffy, Riku, and Zoro was about to leave, but then they started the floor was about to close. "Sora, Luffy, Riku, Zoro." "Huh? What?" And then Luffy, Zoro sees a dragon. Then he said, "That's Zedmus. He's alive. But I thought we got rid of him." "He must have faked his death."
It's never over.
"Yeah, we should have known this would be too easy." Now, they found two flying things, hovercrafts. I don't know what they were called.
I say they're gliders.
Yeah, they found two gliders, and Riku rode one while Sora stood at the stood on the I don't know what. And they shoot at him. And then after they defeated him, and then smoke started coming out, and out came Zemnis in his king armor, and they fly to the dragon's head and give us a glare. And this is where Sora says, "I really wanted to thank Naminé, but all this." And Riku said, "Don't worry. When we get through this, you can thank her all you want." Yeah, I started to imply that he remembered South Castle Oblivion, but K3 retconned that.
Yeah.
Then while they were fighting, Zemnis asks Sora, "Are you certain you could trust Riku? Riku, are you certain you are not jealous of Sora?" "Shut up for trying to..." And Zoro, "Are you certain that you'll be the world's greatest swordsman? That you'll that you won't let down your friend who perished?" "You leave her out of this," says Zoro. Hey, imagine a Zoro versus Zemnis fight.
That'd be awesome.
I think they glide to him and strike up the mecha, and then he comes back with different robe, with black and white robe.
Oh,
Hero.
zebra power.
Yep. Then he says, "Heroes from the realm of light. I will not allow it to end this way. Not yet. If light and darkness are eternal, then surely we nothings must be the same. Eternal." You're right. Light and darkness are eternal. Nothing probably goes on forever, too. But guess what, Zimnus? That doesn't mean you're eternal. No more eternal than that radiance of you. And This is the. Would you say this is the best final boss of the whole series?
It's up there.
I like this Xehanort final battle better with Kyrie. On Remind.
Mm-hmm.
Which. We'll talk about that later. Right now, we got to do this battle. Anger and hate are supreme. And he grabs Soren Luffy, and Luffy was having he teleports and shoots dark energy at Zoro, who blocked it with his 3 swords. It's tougher than looks. And then I got a good idea on what you know that part where you play as Riku temporarily.
Yeah.
I'm having it grab Sora, Riku, and Zoro, leaving it up to Luffy.
Cool. I was gonna suggest you take Luffy and you have to have Zoro join Riku.
Okay, we'll do that.
Your idea works better.
What?
Your idea works better.
Okay, we'll do that. And then Luffy, guys. Then he said, "I have no choice." Then
Gear 5.
Then when they all saw it, Riku, Zoro, Sora's eyes popped out while they were getting their energy sucked in. Then he said, "Hey, send this." And his punch knocked him out, rescued his friends.
And we gotta do the Zoro to get his hit in, but then also get the Xemnas beat down.
Yeah, and every time he like answer, he said, "Must you take this fight seriously?" Nope. He's big fourth wall. Say, I don't see Naruto doing that.
No.
Even remembers that Kishi himself admitted that Naruto couldn't beat 5th Gear Luffy.
Yeah. 5th Gear Luffy's really broken.
Yeah, but it's a good kind of broken. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's where he sort of drops his keyblade, but Luffy grabs it and says, "Hey, this might be fun." And imagine 5th Gear Luffy with Sora's keyblade.
Oh God.
He blocks him, and he said, "Nice to meet you." And then he gives it back to Sora and said, "Thanks, Luffy." I'm still not used to that 5th Gear. And they finally defeat Xemnas. Xemnas finally fades away for good.
Yeah, for good.
Yeah. We did it! And then he said, "I want to be sure of that," says Riku. And they get ready to battle a bunch of nobodies, but they were defeated. And Riku says, "Sora, I can't. Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just him." And he carries Zoro was the one that carried Riku. Well, Sora carries Luffy, who's tired from Gear 5.
Yeah.
So, how can you say that? Even if we could go on, look where we are. Come on, Riku. You've been hanging around darkness too long. You gotta try and think positive. And then he nods and said, "Hey, Zoro, you lead." Right.
You sure about that?
You think he was faking it?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then when they said, Sora, I always thought I was better at stuff than you. Really? Are you a man? No, I kind of thought you were better than me too. Which is which is false because he defeated Sora. He defeated Riku a bunch of
Yeah.
times. Riku, look, what's that light? They finally reached.
The Dark Shores.
Yep. Then Riku started walking, and Zoro said, "Hey, I thought you twisted your ankle." Oh yeah. You see, the funny thing about that is, and he leaves. You know where that was from?
Where?
The Simpsons when Mark Hamill
Oh
twisted.
yeah, when Homer's gonna carry him.
Yeah. I had to do that joke. And then what happens next is Sora goes to the beach and said, maybe the darkness has gotten to me too. Riku, this world is perfect for me. Then, if this is the world it really is just this, then I should fade back to darkness. If the world is made of light or darkness, will be the darkness. Yeah, the other side. The realm of life is safe again. Kairi, Riku, Nami, Robin, and the others are there. That's what I mean. Hey, Sora, can you? Hey, Zoro, can you help me? I want to get down to the water. All right, but you better not fake. You better not twist your ankle again, or else I'll really do it. At least the waves. Hey, Sora, remember what I said about thinking you were better than me? I was, to tell you the truth, I was jealous of you. What for? And he says, I wish I could live the way you do. Just follow my heart. I know why he was jealous of him. He had a crush on Kyrie like he did.
Well, I
Even
got
so,
my own problems.
and Sora says, like what? Like wanting to be like you. Well, there's one thing advantage to being me. Something you can never imitate. What's that?
Having a friend like you.
I got something you can never imitate. Oh yeah, what's that? Having all of us, having Luffy and Zoro as friend. Look at they got each other's back like we do. And Zoro said he's right. Back at Thriller Bark, what do you tell him about that?
I mean, probably, yeah. For Luffy,
He tells a story he confronted him against Kuma, and he said Luffy will be king of the pirates, and I defended Luffy's honor. Zoro, you never told me that.
nobody knows. Except maybe Sanji suspected. He says, well, that explains a lot about when we went to Saba Oni while you were still injured so badly.
Yeah. And thanks, Zoro. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're my captain after all.
And my best friend. Yeah. You're my best friend too, Zoro. They give each other a fist bump. And Zoro and Riku smile. And then he looks at Kyrie's a good look.
Riku finds the bottle.
Yep. And Riku,
Sorry, I think it's for you.
He knew that was Kyrie's letter. Didn't he?
Yeah.
He said, thinking of you wherever you are, we pray for our sorrows to end and hope that our hearts will blend. Now I will step forward and realize this wish. And who knows? Starting a new journey may not be so hard, or maybe it's already begun. But there are many worlds, but they share the same sky. One sky, one destiny. And then a beam of light shows up.
The door to light.
And says, we'll all go together. And Riku says, yeah.
Zoro's like, hey, better hang on to me, Luffy. You never know when it might be water where we land.
Yep. And they fell in the water and said, Sora! Riku! And they heard another voice, Luffy, Zoro! And they waved.
I run to hug you, Nami, but since I'm in water, I really can't move.
Yeah. Actually, he was. I thought Zoro was hanging on to him.
I think if he's just in water, he's basically useless.
Yeah. And they all run to hug. Before they could, Donald and Goofy jump on Sora and give him a hug, and Riku hugs Mickey, which I thought was sweet too, because they had a sweet friendship.
Yeah. Like, we're back. You're home. Then we see them turn to Roxas and Naminé.
Yeah. And then Sora and Kairi kiss again. And Nami hugs Luffy. She, thought I lost you. Don't ever leave me again. And Luffy feels his heart pumping. Is this what love is? And then he's, oh, that reminds me. Did our world get back to normal? No, it's still missing. What? Where is it? I'm sorry, Luffy, but we don't know. It could be years before we find our world. But I gotta be king of the pirates. He gets frustrated and punches the sand. Calm down, Luffy. We'll find it. I'm sorry, guys. What the others are doing right now?
Don't know.
And we see the after credits of Vivi. Of first, who do you want to see first?
I forget what the order was.
What?
I forget what the order of them was.
Yeah, I think first was Mickey and his team back at Disney Castle.
I think so.
I can see. And Daisy runs a hug Donald while Mickey and Minnie rub their noses together. And Hayner and Cypher face off in the struggle tournament.
Yeah.
I think. And then, I believe we could go to Agrabah. We see Vivi hanging out with Aladdin and Jasmine.
Aladdin and Jasmine were on carpet.
Yeah. Would she be afraid of riding on carpet or?
Yeah, she might not. She might wear it right on carpet.
Yeah. And she loves how romantic Aladdin and Jasmine are. And just to let you know, I will have King of Thieves in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay.
I'll have extra worlds too, other extra worlds like how about Robin Hood or Zootopia,
Cool. Both could work.
and one of them could be a Kyrie world, the other could be a Sora world. Which one would be the Kyrie world?
Kyrie could be Zootopia.
Yeah,
I can see her and Judy being good friends.
her, Judy, and Nami tricking Nick.
Nick, yeah. Nami would trick Nick more.
Yeah, and anyway, we see what the other we see. Sabo and Koala working with the Restoration Committee.
With Riku and the others getting the ice cream while Leon looks over a note, presumably from Murnoa.
Yep.
And
Well,
with
we ever,
Tifa and Air, they're at the dark depths waiting for Cloud.
Yep. And what's Law? What will Law be doing there?
Working with Sid, maybe.
What about Edward and Winry? We see them having. Let's have them have their kids.
Okay.
Since they got married and have
Is
kids.
Mei Ying there?
Yep. And a cameo appearance. We see Rebecca joining Hercules, fixing Olympus Coliseum,
Right.
and Orin
turns into fireflies.
Yeah, meaning he's probably dead again. He's probably
passed on.
Yeah. With Simba and Nala had their baby.
Yeah, they had Kiara.
Yep. I was surprised they had a girl because I thought the Kiara was a boy in the end of the first Lion King.
I mean, the fur would make you believe that, but because Kiara's a lighter shade than the kid we saw at the end.
Yeah. And later on, Sora goes to the secret. We see what the Straw Hats are doing at Destiny. Since they decided to live there for now. Sanjay was cooking everyone food, and Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper were doing their shenanigans. Nami rolled her eyes and drawing maps. Zoro was training with Riku because they decided to build a special friendship because I could see them being best friends.
Yeah.
Well, not best friends, but good friends. And Luffy noticed Sora going to the secret place and joins him. And Sora finally sees the drawing. I know we just confessed to each other, but I'm gonna share the palpin with her. And Luffy remembers the Palpu story from before Destiny Islands disappeared. So maybe I could share the one with Nami. Well, you have something about you have feelings for Nami? I thought so. And then later on, they go to the Palpu tree and says, "Nothing's changed, huh?" Nope. Nothing will. What a small world. But part of one that's much. And Sora asked, "What do you think it was? The door to the light?" And he said, "This."
It's always closer than you think.
Then, then he says, then he hears Sora, Riku. It was Kyrie sitting with her and said, "What's up? Look, from the king." They go, it's it's a letter about the mark of mastery.
Mm-hmm.
But then, but then they get a message from Chip and Dale. I think there's a dark quarter. It,
Something dark in the castle.
yep, yep. And they go inside and wondering what it. The, who would go? Sora, Donald, Goofy, and who else?
Zoro and Luffy.
Yeah.
Maybe Jinbei.
What about what about Robin?
Maybe.
You don't think that's a Robin fight?
Could be.
Suddenly they get surrounded by some guy in in armor.
He mentioned Xehanort.
Is it Xehanort? Is that you? Xehanort. Xehanort. And the fight starts. And let's just say, it tells Yazor it was one of the bitchiest fight of all time.
Yep. It's a whole beer.
And the music fits too.
Sounds like it's just Terra's theme.
Yeah. Um. Um. When Sora sees his Keyblade change its form, he's like, "Whoa!"
How come I can't do that?
Wait till Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora. And then it changes to glider and attacks Robin. Robin uses Tor Floor and holds it, and Zoro uses his three swords style. And Jinbei uses Fishman Karate.
Freshman karate.
And and I can see Taro recognizing because he went to the One Piece world before.
Fishman.
And that and then Sora finally defeats him. And then he said, "One day, I will set this right." And he bows Sora out of his defeat and disappears. And Luffy's like, "That was the strongest guy I've ever faced." And I faced Kaido.
Yeah. And Katakiri and Mingo.
and they go back. Let's go back to Yinsid's tower. He said, actually, they'll go back next week. For now, they'll stay in Destiny Islands, hanging out.
Right.
And we see why, because we see that ending scene of Dreamed Up, and said, not Dreamed Up, Recoded, and we're not doing the whole,
Yeah, Recoded is not even needed.
except for the ending.
Yeah, that Master Xehanort's coming back.
Yep, and he said, "Summon Riku and Sora here." Of course, but why? To
They
begin,
must take the mark of mastery.
should I invite the Straw Hats? No, they're not needed here.
They have their own training to do.
Do you at least know where their world is?
Unfortunately, no. It is puzzling it has not shown up yet.
Yeah. You don't think it could be in Scala and Kyla, do you?
How do you know of that, Mickey?
Not Scala. I mean the Keyblade graveyard. You don't think it could
No,
be?
it wouldn't be there. That's not where worlds go when they fade.
Then he said,
Xehanort must be having a spell on to keep it hidden and lost.
"Do you think he's after the One Piece?"
Possible. But it's tied. Rumor has it it's tied to Kingdom Hearts, so maybe. Nothing has passed Xehanort's ambition.
Then he said, he can't be king of the pirates. It must be Luffy. Someone like Luffy should be king of the pirates.
The title of King of Pirates is something Xehanort would not want. Doesn't seem like it would be for him.
Do you think it could be Teach?
Hard to say.
Do you know where any of Luffy's enemies are? Like Kaido and all that? Luckily, he said no. Luckily, they said luckily the people that are arrested are still in the world. However, I cannot find the remaining villains. Like Blackbeard and Akaino. Translation: They're in purgatory right now. Kingdom Hearts purgatory. Because that's what they get for being scumbags. And I guess we'll end it there, but we'll talk for a few more minutes. That was fun.
Yeah.
Especially the Straw Hats helping Sora in the absent Ciliads.
Yeah.
Next week we'll probably do NFL. Then we'll start Disney month.
All right.
I'm gonna watch. In order to be prepared for that, I'm gonna watch the Disney movies. We'll do.
What are we doing again?
We're doing Incredibles. We'll do the early ones from Snow White to Cinderella to Incredibles, and I don't know if we'll do Zootopia or not, because I see that as a friendship thing rather than romance. It has to have romance in it.
It could be built up.
Yeah, it could be. But what? Naruto is a fox. Could Sakura be a bunny?
Yes.
In March, we're gonna continue. We're gonna go back to Wano.
All right.
Where are you there?
I already finished Act 2.
Okay, we'll do Act 2 in March. We'll do Act 2 in March.
Okay. Yeah, most of it's just Luffy in prison.
Yeah. And we gotta finish the Naruto the Naruto verse podcast
Yeah,
before we do that.
since we haven't even seen Naruto Nort.
No. We'll do that.
Or Dark Sakura.
Yep. I said earlier in our NFL podcast that Naruto would coach the Texans. I changed my mind. It's gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yuki.
Because they're would you say they're a loser franchise?
Yes.
And Naruto builds him up into a winner. He'll make he's already the Hall of Fame as a player. He's gonna make the Hall of Fame as a coach.
Cool.
And of course, Sakura and Sheena will always be there for him. You know what he was before the coach? After he retired, but before he became coach, he was an analyst on ESPN.
With Chris Bomer.
Yeah, or should it be either Fox or
Maybe Fox with
Terry
Terry,
Bradshaw?
Howie, and Jimmy.
Yeah, and he analyzes the game like a coach. You know who should own the Jaguars? No, Shank was his coach. Robin decided to come out of retirement and bought the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice. Helps. They already know each other.
Yeah. She hired Naruto because he's the biggest football genius since Bill Belichick. Even though I'm starting to think it was all Brady and not Belichick.
I feel it's equal them, but more so on Brady.
Yeah.
Given what he did at Tampa in his first year.
Yeah, because look at Belichick at North Carolina. I know the college is a different game, but still, he sucks.
And to think, I got Drake May out of North Carolina.
I know. I thought he went to Duke. The funny thing is, I don't hate Duke football much as I hate Duke basketball. Remember that shot I showed you the other day from my team?
Yeah.
They did a similar play to us in 1992.
I'm more surprised he didn't make it from where he was standing.
I know. It was a hard shot. I know the stakes were high, but it was still a harder shot than 92. Oh. And Kentucky's won 4 in a row. I wasn't gonna give up on them, but I was doubting if they were gonna go to the tournament. But
did you guys just get a new coach last year?
yeah, it's his second year. He was a former player too. Sometimes that doesn't work, hiring former players to coach their team. Sometimes it does. I just hope we're on the right side of history. And later on, I don't think I'm gonna finish Last of Us for the. I forgot what chapter I'm in, but I'm a long way from finishing it. I just beat. I just beat the Broless or whatever they're called.
Hmm.
And the cutters are a pain in the asses. And before any of you ask, no, I am not going to play Last of Us 2. I heard what happens to a character, and it rubs me off the wrong way. One thing to kill him off, but
The way you do it is what is pissed everybody off.
yeah. And I heard you're supposed to make his murderer sympathetic. Like, what?
Yeah, the game is a complete structural mess.
Yeah. You know, yesterday was the anniversary of Heath Ledger's death.
Yeah, I've been seeing that on YouTube.
I remember that. I remember that day. I was thinking he's gonna be Joker and Batman. Everyone was against when he was announced to be cast as Joker. Everyone was against it because that one movie he did, Brokeback Mountain, a movie I never saw that movie.
Yeah, but he got the last laugh.
Yeah. Of course, the first movie I've seen him in was Knight's Tale. I thought he was okay. I thought he was good. He's a really good actor. He was a really good actor before he died. And probably the best Joker. I want to do a Hanami podcast someday. Where she's the main character. And she's Hokage. Imagine Hokage Hanami.
Yeah, I could see that.
And she said, I get to be the boss of you, older brother. They call her the prankster queen. Because she learned it from her daddy. Of course, with the voice of Michelle Ruff. Would she use her Rukia voice when she's 12?
Yes.
And when she gets all happy, she gets in her Ellie voice. And she would date a guy named Hideo. And I think Nolan North would be a good voice for him.
Yeah. I wonder if that was just a Kojima reference he did.
I wonder that too. I like that Sheena punched him after he said he's Hanami's boyfriend.
Naruto probably would have did worse.
Yep. He'll probably do a similar scene to Bad Boys too. Lock, loaded, and hunt your motherfucking ass down.
I feel like the only one who could be Mike in this situation is Luffy.
Yeah. Of course, I might do that, and I might do a series of one shots someday. When the kids are older.
Well, I'm gonna head out.
All right, see ya.
See you next week.
You too.